About a month ago, I was talking in wiredguitars chat and asked everyone what Aug's brood should have. I had gotten around 15 ideas, but I shortened the list to about 5 of them. So I'm going to go through each one and talk about how the implementation and design of the Augs would work for the hero and the game. The first idea is Incapacitating Leap. This would make Brood Mother's Incapacitating Bite have an active component. As you can guess, the active component would allow it to jump at an enemy. Now, what I would do with this is to keep it a target enemy while off webs, but also make it a non-targeted ability while on webs. I would say a fair range on the leap would be about 1,000 units, a little bit less than a blink. The reason why I think this would be fair is because it can only be used to escape while on webs, but otherwise it's only an engage tool. You could even compare it to a debatably better Augs, Earthshakers, considering the ability stuns and he is a hero that loves to initiate. In fact, I think we need to make this a little bit stronger. Whenever Brood uses this on an enemy, it would apply twice the effect of Incapacitating Bite, falling back to the original over 1.5 seconds. This allowing Brood to start fights, but also, if having the right placement, escape crucial moments. Personally, this sounds like fun on the hero, but damn, it's already annoying to fight this spider, no matter what skill. The second of the bunch is Web Vibration. This would make it so an enemy that's standing on the web will send its location to Brood Mother. This would only work if Brood is standing on a web connected to that enemy though. The way I would design this is to make it a pseudo warp. Each enemy would emit a circle of sorts. The circle size would be based off the collision size of the unit. This would allow at least a little skill involved in deciphering which enemy is on your webs. This can also be counterplayed because Brood senses the collisions on her webs, meaning items like phase boots or abilities like Spectral Dagger wouldn't proc the collision. Some would say that the problem with this would be that you could just move a spider to get vision. Now, the thing that differentiates this and the micro is that it's permanent and invisible units can still collide with webs. Of course, if this was going to be implemented, Valve would have to give the 109 heroes that didn't have a collision size of 24 some changes, and that could cause a whole bunch of balance issues, considering some would be able to fit in tree gaps while others couldn't. The next two aren't my favorite, so I'm not going to elaborate on them too much, but I still think they're worth a mention. The two in question would be Spider Nests and Web Teleportation. Spider Nests would work like tree Augs but spread webs around the tree and possibly lay eggs around the area. And Web Teleportation would allow Brood to TP onto her webs with a 40-second cooldown. This would put TP scrolls on cooldown, of course. If anyone wants me to go more in depth on these in another short video, just ask. So, we're at the last idea, which is the craziest and my personal favorite. It makes it so when Brood kills an enemy after infesting them at least once within the last 10 seconds, they will spawn an Arachnid. The Arachnid would have the same abilities as Brood but with less effects. Spawn Spiderites, not Spiderlings, would spawn 1 Spiderite for the first 2 levels and 2 for the last 2. We do this to keep the overall damage on the spawned spiders low, Spiderites doing about half as much damage as Spiderlings. It would also do 20, 50, 80, or 110 damage. I lowered the nuke a large amount to make up for the added damage each Arachnid could account for. The next ability being Arachnid's Web. This web would grant the same bonuses, but only have a cast range of 200 and a radius of 400. The max amount of webs being 1, 2, 3, or 4. If you were to have each web out in a corner, it consists about the same size as a Brood web. Arachnid's Bite would slow 7%, 13%, 17%, or 20%, and the mischance would be 4%, 6%, 8%, or 10%. The reason why the mischance is so low is because contrary to the wiki and most belief, mischance doesn't degrade when stacked. I'm not sure why, but don't tell that to Ice Frog. Arachnid's Hunger would be a passive, granting them a base 15% lifesteal. I say this because I don't want bonus damage on these spiders. That would be scary. The level of each ability would copy over from Brood if you are wondering. Oh, the base stats, I nearly forgot. Each Arachnid would have 70 low and 100 high attack damage, 600 HP, 400 mana, 5 armor, 25% magic resist, 125 attack range, 600 acquisition range, a 1.2 base attack time, 0.4 attack animation and backswing, 350 movement speed, 100 follow range, 0.6 turn rate, 16 collision size, 1300 flying vision and 800 ground vision, and a bounty of 150 gold and 200 XP. Yes, that's a lot of information, but I think all these stats would be fair, each spider being killable, having 1000 effective HP against physical damage and 800 effective HP against magical damage. Early to mid game, this is a healthy spider, but as with your other spiders, they do fall off. The amount of gold and experience given is quite a high amount, making them worth to hunt down. Of course, the skill involved in this axe is insanely high. The reason being, each time you kill an enemy, you have 4 more abilities to micro, 2 of which being actives. Oh, there's one more Augs I wanted to talk about. Make it so in casting a new web, the furthest away web is destroyed instead of the oldest. I mean, come on, Ice Frog. At least add it as a hero-specific setting or something. As always, I would love to hear any and all opinions you have. I'm not the best, but listening to you guys does allow me to learn. What video should I make next? A design change on PL or another Augs idea? It's up to you.